Hey everybody, it's Rob the Metal Guy, back at you with another video. Gonna do a vinyl update, talk about a new album that I received, as well as talk about a CD and a band that I saw recently that I was really impressed by. I'm actually wearing the shirt. Glass Spells is the band, so I thought I'd talk about my experience there, seeing Glass Spells at the Ritz in San Jose, California. Great venue, the Ritz. I'm gonna get into that, tell you kind of my experience there at the show, what I saw, the area, maybe recommend going to see some shows down there because, you know, San Jose, it's a pretty good city. You know, in the Bay Area, out of the three major cities, San Francisco, toilet, Oakland, mega toilet, San Jose, most decent. And I've always said it's the most enjoyable too because it's so spread out. There's a lot to go and do. I mean, you could go to Campbell. They got the Rasputins down there. That's pretty nice. You know, I got the Westfield Mall in Santa Clara. And then you got on the border of San Jose, Saratoga, you got the Japanese market, the manga store. Gosh, there's so much to do in San Jose. And usually in San Jose, I don't have to worry about stepping in homeless crap, get my car stolen, or all the above. So, but I'll get into that. I thought first, let me talk about an album that just came in. I wanted this album for a while, and I found it. Good deal, too. I think I got actually a discount because it was on sale on Amazon. Yeah, Amazon had this. And it's been around for a while, actually. This is a Macabre, Sinister Slaughter. Really wanted to get this. Huge fan of Macabre. If you're not familiar, this group here is a band that kind of mixes grindcore, death metal, thrash, and just makes crazy short songs about serial killers. It's been described as murder metal, which from the album cover you can tell it's a parody of the Beatles. I'm getting a little bit of a glare there, I apologize. Got the window open, get some natural light in here. But this is a parody of the Sgt. Pepper album. And Sinister Slaughter, as you can see, has got some serial killers here. You know, with the Beatles, they had the movie stars. You got John Wayne Gacy in his little clown outfit, Pogo there. You got Ted Bundy, Albert Fish. The list goes on and on. Charles Manson. Got the Zodiac Killer. He's kind of sneaking his way on the side there, if you can see that old Zodiac Killer. Never knew who he was. Well, there were some ideas. I don't know if they ever caught him. I watched a movie about it. Watched a couple movies about it. And, you know, they had the suspects, this and that. But anyway, Night Stalker, Richard Ramirez. That's actually the first track on this album. That's a good song. My favorite, though, on this album has got to be The Vampire of Dusseldorf. And I'll tell you why I like The Vampire of Dusseldorf as my favorite. Because it's that little guitar part, right? That melody, the little jingle that they do. And that's what I loved about Macabre, right? You can have these really blistering, intense, grindcore, death metal little riffs going. And then they could just transition into something that's totally outlandish, right? And it kind of just, it hits you like, what is this, right? It's like a little, like a melody from like a song, you know, like, you know, one of those like old time songs, right? You're just kind of like, what, where the hell did this come from? And that's why this album really, to me, is enjoyable. It's one of those releases you can put on while you're working and just, you know, bang your head and enjoy the lyrics about these crazy people. Which I have to say, and if anyone wants to complain about, oh my God, they're singing about serial killers, oh, if they're glorifying these guys that killed people, and oh, no. They're telling stories. It's actually history. Get over yourselves, you bunch of whiners. I swear, the people that criticize Macabre because, oh, they're singing songs about serial killers and they're putting these guys out there and glorifying, oh, shut up. The media glorifies these people, if anything, right? The sick media that, you know, does these interviews and, you know, they sensationalize this stuff. It's funny. So I always love when people go after heavy metal music and extreme metal music or any type of art form. And they try to say, well, you're glorifying or you're the problem. And it's like, you really want to say, no, the media and the mainstream media, of course, you're the damn problem. You people are so spineless, so freaking moronic, it's ridiculous. I'm tired of it. So I'm just saying, you know what? Screw you. Let us fans enjoy this album and the music we like Macabre. Wham, 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 you're glorifying serial killers. Get over yourselves. It's fun. It's satire. It's dark humor. And you got the insert here, too. You got the lyrics, which is really cool for the songs. Really well done packaging. Nuclear Blast Records put this out. Got the back album cover there. They're eating, you know. Got a little cat there too. The cat's eating as well with them. You can see that. That's kind of cool. But let's show you the vinyl, because this is why it's on this splatter. And the color is really nice. I really like this. Look at that color. Great album, deserves a great looking splatter vinyl. There you go. Whew. So I gotta give Nuclear Blast Records credit for that. And I really do like this. This is the second full-length album from Macabre. Another good album from them is they did release, they just do a bunch of songs on Jeffrey Dahmer. Dahmer and the Chocolate Factory. That's probably one of my favorite Macabre songs. Along with Vampire of Dusseldorf. Dahmer and the Chocolate Factory is hilarious. Oompa Loompa. They take the Oompa Loompa jingle and they totally change the lyrics to be about Jeffrey Dahmer and his sick behavior. So there you go. But I always liked it. Struggling to put it back here. Anyway. Yeah, so I got this coming in the mail. It came in the mail not too long ago. I thought I'd talk about Sinister Slaughter, Macabre. Iconic band. You know, they've been around since the 80s. They've been together and they still play. I think they actually did a tour not too long ago. They played at some metal festivals. I saw an interview, Corporate Death, the guitarist singer, he did an interview with the owner of Hell's Headbangers, Justin Horval. Justin's hilarious. If you guys have not checked out, go check out his YouTube channel, Justin Horval, J-Dog. And he's one of, the owners of Hell's Headbangers. I think there's 3. He's one of the guys, but I agree with a lot of things he says and his thoughts on the metal community. Again, the idea of individual freedoms, again, freedom of expression, defending the fact that, hey, they sell Satanic War Master albums, and that's where I've bought every single Satanic War Master release I have in my CD collection or vinyl has been through Hell's Headbangers, because they're not afraid and they're not pussified to where, oh, we don't want to carry this stuff because, oh, we're these woke, whiny people that claim to like metal and we're a bunch of really just freaking freaks that are annoying. I swear, anybody that wants to try to cancel somebody or a band because, oh, we think you're racist or we think you're da-da-da, oh, shut up. I swear. You know what you're talking about. Stop it. Stop trying to ruin it for all of us and how, you know, that are trying to listen to good music. So yeah, I didn't say Satanic War Master release I've gone through Hell's Headbangers. And he interviewed, getting back, I sidetracked there. He interviewed Corporate Death. It was a really cool interview. And really insightful, talking about what the band's been doing, the history of the band, and finding out, you know, kind of like when they started and then going forward and getting some ideas there. And hopefully, you know, maybe they'll put, I know they put out a fairly new release right not too long ago, but I think they're working on new music or writing. He was talking about that, so that's awesome to hear. And I'm really glad a band like Macabre, because like I said, they're not trying to be like this super serious, we're this, you know, great metal band. No, they have fun. They write catchy, you know, intense, you know, grindcore death metal riffs, and then they come up with these really cool guitar little leads in there, and I think it's enjoyable. So check it out if you haven't. The vocals are, you know, just crazy, right? You got the growls, the screams, and it's all going, you know. It's definitely an acquired taste maybe, but I still say just check it out. It's fun. It's enjoyable. So, you know, don't knock it until you give it a try, I say. So yeah, Macabre, Sinister Slaughter. Alrighty. Let's talk about glass spells, man. And this is a shocking video because I'm going from murder metal to now I'm talking about new wave, synthwave music. But that just goes to show I'm a man that likes what I like, and I'm not ashamed of it, and I enjoy a lot of different things, and I'm very passionate about what I enjoy. So that's the one thing, you know. And I really like this band because they remind me so much of what I gravitate towards from the 80s when it comes to synthwave, new wave, post-punk. There are very few bands, and right now there are quite a few up-and-coming artists currently who've done such an amazing job with new material that is in the vein of what you've heard in the 80s from post-punk new wave bands. I'll mention Lathe of Heaven, right? God, amazing band. Love what they're doing. Sin Offering, if you love Christian death and you love goth rock from the 80s, check out Sin Offering. Brilliant brilliant band, their EP, Charnel House. And I even like Black Marble. If you ever heard them, they're a decent new wave style band, synth wave. But Glass Spells, whoa, these two, actually there's three, the drummer too, unbelievable. Their songs, so tight, so well produced, and just this album, when you listen to it, it's called Shattered. It really caught me right off the bat. The one song is the song Shattered, and then I would also say that No One to Trust is great. Fears, City, Confessions. I mean, there's the songs on this. There's not a bad song. It's just everything about this band. They really bring it together. The singer, she's amazing. She's got such a great natural voice. The keyboardist, this, you know, what he's coming up with, the arrangements, just it grabs you and brings you to that old school synthwave sound. Depeche Mode, Pet Shop Boys, even reminds me a bit of, gosh, I would say, I was going to say Kim Wilde a little, the stuff, but Missing Persons, there you go. Missing Persons. They actually opened for Missing Persons, I think the next night, because I saw them in San Jose on a Thursday. And I believe after they played in San Jose, they went up to Sacramento and they got to open for Missing Persons. I also believe they opened for OMD. Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark, classic band from the 80s, you know, had some hits. Yeah, this band though, Glass Spells, I'm wearing the shirt like I say here, you can see just everything about them. The presentation, how they carry themselves, just blown away. And the Ritz in San Jose, great venue. If you haven't been there, it's easy to get to because there's quite a few parking areas around there. And compared to San Francisco and Oakland, they're not trying to rip you off. Well, Oakland, they tell you, here, park on the street, which, good luck, right? Park at your own risk. You might come back and your car's not there, your tires are gone, or all of the above. You just don't know. It's crazy. Crazy stuff. But man, when I go to San Jose, go to the Ritz, like I said, there's quite a few options for parking, reasonably priced. It's always nice to walk down the streets of San Jose. Yeah, you get some stuff. There's some yahoos once in a while, but it's nothing crazy. I've never had a really bad, super bad experience in San Jose. Yeah, you meet some interesting characters here and there, but yeah, you know, the Ritz is always a nice place. Actually, I'll tell you, just side note here, right before the show started, as I was coming up on the Ritz, and the place next to it, I think it's like some bar. I don't know what it is, like a hipster bar or something, or I don't really know. I'm not going to name the name and try to bring them down or something. I just wanted to point this out. Like all of a sudden, there's like this massive rush of young Asian people. And I'm not saying anything about it. I'm just pointing it out, right? That was just what I saw, like this massive rush. And they were little. I said, I can't believe they're allowed to go into that bar. They can't be. They're 21. They look like munchkins. Now, granted, you know, maybe there are short people in this world, and I was trying to figure it out. But they had like, as I was walking by the window, they had like Mahjong, that game they play. Was it Chinese? Yeah, they have like Mahjong or something, I guess, at night. It was interesting. But that's what San Jose, what's so great about San Jose? There's something for everybody. You know, I'm glad they have their thing, and then I have my music venue where I can see shows, right? Which is nice. So, hey. But I was just going to point that out. I just saw this massive rush of young, I'm assuming college age, you know, young Asian people. And I still hope that they were carded because I questioned the height and age. Or excuse me, I questioned the age because of the height. I'm sure the place is responsible. Now, if it was some other cities, I mean, they could have, you know, a 12-year-old possibly in there. Not trying to say anything. Oakland. I swear, the city of Oakland's going to come after me. Their tourism bureau is going to really like write some nasty letter to me. But anyway, the Ritz. Getting back to that. Really good show. The band Blacklight that opened for Glass Spells. Definitely, if you like new wave music, check them out. Synth. Reminded me a lot of Depeche Mode. Pet Shop Boys. Those type of bands. I like their sound. Their singer, I was like in the front of the stage. He had a lot of charisma. He was really a good performer. I would recommend it again. If you like synthwave music, check them out. They're called Blacklight. I believe they're from Southern California. Good band. And then Glass Bells, when they took the stage. I'm going to say this. For a Thursday night, turnout was solid. Couldn't have asked for a better turnout on a Thursday night. And the fan base, the passion these people had. And this was the first time Glass Bells played in San Jose. And they drew not just a crowd, but a crowd that was into it, a crowd that was singing the songs, that recognized the songs, knew the members' names. They knew, I'm telling you, these fans were really into it. And it goes to tell you about the San Jose community when it comes to music, like new wave, post-punk. Heck, I saw Morbid Angel in San Jose, and Morbid Angel drew a good crowd. Got a good crowd going. So San Jose has a great underground and just music culture that I really hope continues to thrive. I mean, look at the history. You had the Cactus Club in the 90s. I was too young, of course, to be going to shows at that time, but I watched a documentary, and from what I heard from people who were there, that was a buzzing place. I mean, and also talk about the diversity. You could have Exhumed, and you could have Hypocrisy, like death metal bands playing one night, right? Like bands would come through on a tour. You had Forbidden, thrash metal. You had all these artists. Newthgrush, Dystopia, Spaz, I mean, grindcore, power violence, playing. And then like the next night, you could have No Doubt when they were starting out, right? Before No Doubt broke and was playing, you know, arenas in the 90s. They were playing at the Cactus Club. And you also had other acts. You had the Deftones, I believe, played there. You had so many different style bands, punk, rap artists, you know, in the 90s. The Cactus Club was that place. And I really do believe you need that. And it was an all-ages venue. One downside, unfortunately, about the Ritz, and again, hey, what are you going to do? A lot of venues are 21 and up, right? And I understand that. You make the money off the alcohol. And the city also, for some reason, when it comes to all-ages venues, they're just really difficult. Very few cities have what you would call an all-ages venue open to underground music or music of different types. The Phoenix Theater, gosh, if you check out the rockandmailtemple.blogspot.com, I really bring up the Phoenix Theater a lot because I saw a lot of shows up there when I was in college. Friends with a lot of bands that played there. Just a place that really welcomed, you know, people to come, right? You know, you had all ages, right? It was all ages, young people, older people, people in between, diverse crowds. And I saw a lot of shows. Again, my friends played there quite often. That was a fun environment, but you don't have many of those places in the Bay Area, and it's unfortunate. But now we're just lucky to have venues where you could see certain shows. So I'm glad I got to see Glass Spells at the Ritz because, like I say, right now it's slim pickings. In San Francisco, you have the places. It's just a pain in the butt to get there, goddammit. It's ridiculous. I'm sorry. It's just like, I would love to go. It's just parking, driving over that bridge. Oh, God, the Bay Bridge is a mess. And you take BART, but, you know, BART's a toilet. Well, no, someone next door to this website here was saying, oh, I took BART to San Francisco, and the young people were out, and they were smiling and happy, and not a drug dealer or a criminal in sight, and I had a nice meal with my family. I'm like, dude, stop taking drugs. You didn't go to San Francisco. You were sitting at home watching TV with your wife, probably snorting that black tar heroin or something, saying, yeah, I had a nice evening. Oh, shut up. Anyway, back to my story about the Ritz. I feel like I've been sidetracking a lot in this video, but it is what it is. Glass Bells, great set. The singer, she was just unbelievable. The drummer, he was playing great too. He definitely reminded me of, like, again, the classic new wave drummers, the way he played, his style. Kind of reminded me of the drummer of New Order. Had that kind of style and approach when it came to following the synth rhythms and just everything there. Blown away. And if you want to check them out and if you're not into them or into synthwave music, And because this channel, I talk about everything. Still give them a shot, man. They're just that good. Like the songs, this is stuff that, damn, it needs to get played more. It needs to get more representation, in my opinion. You know, goddamn, why Taylor Swift sounds just, there's no comparison, man. The quality, the music, and Glass Spells is not injecting himself in my football. So thank goodness, you know, this band is just great. Really, I have high hopes for them. And I really hope more people check them out because musically, just blown away by what they were able to do. And the singer, there was this one moment you could tell she was so appreciative and genuinely just enthusiastic because she could tell not only did the audience have a great time, but the band just has now this strong connection that's there. And you come back to San Jose, play at the Ritz, you're going to have a sellout show, no problem. People are showing up to see you. People are going to go crazy because they appreciate substance and good quality music. So Glass Spells, great evening at the Ritz. Got to give them a shout out. Check them out if you are into synthwave music. And if not, still give them a listen because I can tell you one thing. This is music that deserves to be respected and heard. And unlike that Taylor Swift crap. I mean, all these people trying to say that if you shit on Taylor Swift, you're a sexist or you're just jealous. No, ever since I was in high school and I listened to her early stuff, I was like, God, she sounds like crap. She reminded me of that mainstream Walmart country crap, right? The stuff Hank III used to talk about as that mainstream Walmart cheesy BS, you know, slick, you know, Trashville country stuff. Overproduced. And then she became a pop artist. And then she wrote this album about a boyfriend and that album about a boyfriend and all the boyfriends. And then she was in movies. And then she did this. And now she's all of a sudden ended up in my football. Like, they won't stop talking about her. So I'm really hoping she goes away. I just, one day, you know, if you like her, that's your thing. And you got a right to listen to her. I just honestly, musically think she is just the bottom of the barrel. She is like toilet water. Just flush it away, God damn it. Just want to say, okay, she's in the toilet, flush, gone. Yep. Oh, and also I was going to give a shout out, so moving on there, Glass Spells. Dissection, the Somberlain. If you haven't listened to this album, you better go do it somberlain if you like melodic black death metal, this album is great. Dissection, amazing band. The Somberlain is, in my opinion, one of the best releases of all time. It's probably my top 10 albums. Love this. I got the CD here. Actually, I also have, it's the double CD. You get the demos, the EP, which is kind of nice as well. The unreleased, live recordings, bonus material, and also the rehearsals. I apologize. It's not the EP. It's just unreleased material and live demo recordings. But this album has some fantastic riffs. The atmospheres are amazing. Frozen, one of my favorite tracks. But I'm also a huge fan of A Land Forlorn. Some crazy guitar playing on that. Love the layering too. They use some of these synthesizers at times in the background. Just kind of like that, the atmosphere, right? Very, very profound, talented band. And last night at Starbucks, there was this young guy. He likes metal. That you know, he's more into like the Pantera, Megadeth, Metallica, Gojira. But I talked to him. I'm starting again to check out some more extreme bands, and he had never heard of Dissection, so you gotta check him out. And so that's kind of the cool thing is, you know, there's those people that you can talk with musically. Very few in my area. And so him and I were discussing, and he said, well, you know, this band you're wearing, that, you know, your sweater, I always see you wearing, Dissection. How are they? You know, are they good? And I told him, and he said, yeah, I'm going to check them out. Storm of the Lights Bane, the second album by Dissection. Phenomenal release as well. So just thought I would throw that out there because I had that conversation with him last night, this guy, he works there. And I'm really glad you got these young people that are into metal, and hopefully they, you know, my recommendations, you know, get them to check out Dissection and more stuff, right? And I also say, you know, shameless plug here, but the rockandmetaltemple.blogspot.com. I have that promoting artists, old, new. And, you know, maybe I'm going to start expanding on it. You know, I like a lot of different things. Punk, post-punk, new wave, glass spells. So maybe I need to think about that. It's, yes, I've been always focused primarily on rock and metal, but my diversity in music, yeah, maybe I should, you know, cover everything. But what's great, excuse me, this YouTube channel, I've been able to do that and really much enjoyed it. And if you have, make sure to like and subscribe. Check out my old videos too, talking about some of my releases. But anyway, I thank you all for sticking through this and watching. And if you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment and I will respond. And if you want to try to defend Taylor Swift, go ahead. I'll respond to that shit too. You know, like I said, toilet water, flush. Especially, I'm hoping that happens more to the Chiefs, gosh darn it. Anyway, signing off, everybody. Rob the Mel Guy. Later.